So all I'm going to say is, here is John Mizzle.
Thank you all for being here. This is very nice. This is a very nice audience. I did a talk and 2 readings in the past week, and one was half full, one was so this is very nice. This is a nice way to conclude. Garrett, thank you so much for having us. And Garrett and Danny have created this dual level, amazing, artistic, literary, creative space. By a painting. Inger Nova Jorgensen, an amazing artist. Buy a book. Okay, I think I met John Macker was 33 years ago at his bookstore, so that was probably right around winter. And my favorite readings that I've done have been with Mr. Macker. I'm going to start with a poem by Diane de Prima, who passed away 3 years ago. And I'm going to be a lot more somber than Dan. Lots of death. Anyway, but this poem, it's kind of become a call to arms, I guess. It's called Linguistics. Everywhere I go, language has preceded me like a lover preparing the way, like an empire I cannot escape. The narrowest canyons have their pictographs just above the level of the waters, and the waters are not silent either. The act of language has left its mark on the stars. It has filled space with myriad tiny mirrors, reflecting some inner movement. Wherever I set my feet, I hear the rustle of the passage of dialect in ancient form, and language, like some great magnetic river, flows through the valleys and over the peaks of the world. That's why we run. So, today is the equinox. And here's a poem. Surprise, surprise. It's called Equinox. The day is equal to the night, but the night will soon triumph over the day. The sun sets as the moon rises, full and bright over the long blue line of the mesa, yet soon the moon will begin to vanish, slice by slice, dissolving into the greedy sun. This is the autumnal equinox. This is the long time of dying. In an October memory, my father sits in the garage, single yellow ceiling light shining from its suspended tin cone. He gathers Japanese lanterns, delicate orange bulbs hanging from green stems. They will bring light to those they charm. On the tube radio, a quarter-century old, the World Series emits ghost voices of a lost world, Baltimore Orioles versus the Cincinnati Reds. Inside the house, my mother heats cinnamon cider. Outside, past the open garage door, it is dark beyond the spilled yellow light. Crickets sing, the winter is coming. The stars above are clear and bright. An aurora builds below the horizon. We will soon sleep under its glory. All these moments are long gone as I stand watching the moonrise above the volcanic plateau. Only the stars are left, a cold eternity. gets darker from here, right? The nights get longer than the day. And
Good time to write poetry.
it's a good time to write poetry. It's a good time to drink bourbon and hike. In that spirit, this is called Tuzagut. Tuzagut is a Sinagua ruin, 1,000 years old, in the Verde Valley in Arizona. Underneath the white stone walls that climb the hill to the summit, the old pale bones of children rest. My youngest daughter feels their voices at her feet. Her sister, instead, remembers playing in the outer room, the one that faces west, and the long, Verde Valley. A whip snake flows like water across the Pueblo rubble, heading for the shade of the salt bush. We three watch it vanish into the shadow, a lost member of the family. On to some new poems. One more. I'll lighten up that poem. This is in memory of my dear friend Henry Gonzalez, who passed away almost 2 years ago. And I couldn't make it to the funeral. He and I taught at the Penitentiary of New Mexico down in Santa Fe, and we would use our lunch breaks to play chess. So that will explain something in this poem. I will not be attending your burial. 8 hours of driving in one day are too much for my old bones, I'm afraid. But I can imagine it well enough. The cold Ortiz mountain air, the circle of extended family blurred by tears, century-old stones decaying under a white sun, desiccated grass and sage, a Buddhist chant or two, a hymn by Jerry Garcia, perhaps a pair of ravens playing in the high desert wind. Still, I will say farewell from 500 miles away, toss cornmeal in 4 directions, bow to a stone Buddha, and play a game of chess in memory of your excellent endgame. I feel like this thing is scaring me. Okay, I think that's good. This is, now to the living. This is a poem for DJ Gerlach. And it's based on a conversation we had that was fueled by controlled substances. Most ancient of violations. Venus has set, Jupiter descending. Overhead, Orion displays his belt in monstrous pride, holding as it does the birthplace of 10,000 blazing suns. Orion, a hunter, became trapped in the deep sky, transformed into stars for attempting to rape Artemis, the goddess of the moon, sacred in her purity, eternally holy. The moon rises towards midnight, inspiring a discourse on its ever-strange journey. The moon, says my perceptive friend, is a trickster. We think of it as a night creature, but no, the moon spends half her voyage in daylight. Only when she is full does the moon dwell totally in darkness. Otherwise, there she is, a curved bone in a blue-domed sky. When I'm reading this, but this is, I've been playing around with poems that are on 2 sides of the page, half on one side, half on the other. But you might have heard the shift when I went from myth to backyard conversation.